Alright, today's lesson, we're going to be going over a vignette and a gradient fade. So let's start off with the vignette. Let's see what we got here. Let's go with the line here. You can choose any type and you can follow along. If you're not familiar with all the interface and everything and the layout, please check out the other videos that I have on the introductory to Photoshop and learn the basics. It'll help you in the long run. Let's go ahead and open up a picture here. And so, let's see. So basically we got a background, and of course we're going to add a layer. We always want to add a layer so we don't mess up the picture itself. We can get the same results, if not better, with adding a layer and then working with the layer instead of destroying the background. That's the non-destructive way. That's what it's called. So once we get the layer here, we can go over to the elliptical tool. If you have the square up here, basically hold down the key. There we go, and then select the elliptical. Now you can sit there and you can do it like this, and then try to find center with that line that shows up right there. Or you can find out what midway is. Let's see, 32, so 16, 17 around here is midway. And if you hold down the Alt key and then left click, you're going to pull it from the center. And then open it up a little bit. Now, if you're not exactly in center, that's okay. So we'll go right about here. And then once you have it there, you can just use your arrow key and center it up nicely. Okay. So, all right, so right now we have this selected. So if we hit Alt Delete, that's going to take out the center of it because that is what's selected. Edit Undo. And what we want is to select the outside. So we want to Shift Control I, which then it will select the outside. So at this point we can go Alt Delete and that'll give your foreground. So whatever color this foreground is, that's what color this is going to be. So if you want to start off with a different color, you can use whatever type of color that you would like. This would look good, maybe white or a tan or the black. So right now we don't really like this edge here. So I would like to just, if you click anywhere, that'll give you your edge. And maybe you wouldn't want to go so big, or maybe you do. You can go up to Filter, make sure that the layer one is selected. Go up to Filter, Blur, and then Gaussian Blur. So I selected this earlier. That looks good. If you want to go down, you could do this here, or you can use the slider there. You can see as it goes about 182. That's a nice fade. Again, this is just for illustration. So once you get it over there, you can also go on top of the opacity and then take that out. And remember, your main goal is to highlight basically whatever you want to highlight in the picture. So that looks good there. Now keep in mind you can go back here, and so right now if you try, there we go, you can resize, you can move it around, First you have to unlock it. So there's several ways you can unlock to. You can just rename it, you can unlock it. If you renamed it, then it'll automatically unlock it. You can go down and create another one so that you keep your background the same. But we'll just do that. So that'll allow you to move it around if you need to. Resize it. Remember, shift, hold this will keep your ratio. So we'll get back to normal here. So that's how you create the vignette. All right, so let's say you wanted to change the color. So change the foreground. There's several different ways again. So we can change the foreground, then edit, make sure that's selected, change the fill, and just say foreground because we already changed it on the foreground. So let's do that, and that's another way you can do that. Same thing here. Say okay, edit, fill, change foreground. So as you can see, we could change it that way. So let's change it back to black because I'm going to show you a different way. Let's see, edit, fill, foreground. All right, so another way would be is if you go in and double click the layer. So we go over here with color overlay. Now keep in mind, so you click this, it changes the overlay color, but you're looking at the screen saying what's going on right here. But see how it's highlighted? That's your blending options. If you actually wanted to change, so now we change it. Now you can change whatever color you want. So just remember, just because you click on it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the right option settings over here. So remember, blending options is turned on when you first open it up by default. You click on this thinking that there, and you don't know how to change the color. Just remember to click on there. So that doesn't look bad, and that is Vignette. So let's open a different picture. All right, so we'll just use something like this to open up here for the gradient overlay. So we'll use this picture to basically show the gradient overlay. So let's go ahead and add a new layer. Let's actually go ahead and add a solid color. And let's just pick something crazy here. Let's see, that was, let's go with the blue. How about like that? And what we'll do is we're going to add a gradient. So let's go over to our gradient tool. We'll go black to white. And let's try going from here. Now, whatever direction this is, it's going to basically look at, it will do that. So if you hit shift, that'll give you your straight line. So that way it's going to be even. So our idea is to see one of the shells, and let's say if we want a more definite, we just make it shorter, And I'm going to show you the difference, because if you go here, see how that works? And maybe that works for this dish because it is a, now if I wanted it real definite, you can make it soft, you can harden. See how if you make it longer from wherever you go, and let's say we want it a little bit clearer. But you get the point. Wherever you take it from, it's going to go. So just remember, if you hold the shift key down, left click button, that'll give you your straight lines. Now if you want different angles, it'll go at 45 degrees. So you can do any type that you need. Okay? Again. And the shorter it is, the more pronounced it is. Alright, so that is the gradient overlay. Just another neat little thing that you can use. Again, this is the vignette. And that concludes the lesson for today. If you have any questions, please note it below. And if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe for the next. All right, guys. Thank you.